The engagements we had over in West Africa really focused on maritime security. And maritime security is not just a West Africa problem, it's an international problem. And navies work best when they're in task groups and they're working with their allied partners, but those partnerships take time to foster. So being over there, Canada has now had 2 years in a row where we're learning how the West African regions work. Not just at Navy, but also ashore in their operations centers. And we're finding ways to incorporate ourselves into that. I'm Lieutenant Commander Matt Woodburn. I'm the commanding officer for HMCS Kingston here on the East Coast. HMCS Kingston and HMCS Summerside sailed in January for a deployment over in Africa, West Africa region. The first part was very diplomatic centric, so I wanted to show the Canadian flag, the Royal Canadian Navy presence over in the West Africa region. So that involved 7 different African countries where we linked up and worked closely with our ambassadors and high commissioners and their staffs to showcase what it is the Navy and Canadians are all about. Another big part was the women in non-traditional roles. The 2 ships that I've already mentioned, HMCS Kingston and Summerside, our command teams collectively we're 50% male and 50% female, just demonstrating that we have women here that are mechanics. We have women here that are in leadership roles. We have women that, in the greater CAF that fly airplanes, that they do anything. There's no trade that's off limits. But there was also opportunities for us to just do cross-training, and so that we see how they operate and they see how we operate, and then we put that together and go out and do certain tasks together. So a lot of what we were involved with involved maritime interdiction operations or boarding operations, where their teams would come over. We would be a target of interest. So we would take on a certain profile. We would have actors made up of the ship's company, providing certain roles and role playing, so that when their teams come on board, they didn't know what to expect, so that they could get true training, or true capacity building out of it, and then we could have a dialogue afterwards to say what we saw that we do very similar, and what we saw that we don't necessarily do similar, and maybe query why they did that. And the flexibility is a big key role to that engagement. The flexibility that the Navy offers when we sail out the door with the trained people that we have on board and the training we receive, it's very flexible. We can go out the door for one mission, and then if something changes in short order, we can re-roll in theater with our allied partners and really bring that effect in short order. Canada and the Canadian Navy is a globally deployed force, and we're over there to show the strength and commitment that we as Canadians have in all over the world.